Anthony Imperato with the Henry Repeating Arms. Thank you so much, sir, for coming on the program. Great talking to you.
My pleasure.
First of all, what can you tell us? How bad were you guys affected by Superstorm Sandy?
Well, we arrived at the building the morning after the storm to discover that the entire facility, 110,000 square feet, had from 3 feet of water in one area down to about 1.5 feet of water as we went towards the rear of the building. And, most of our machinery was sitting in that water. And we had 20% of our roof, blown off, which is, 20% of 110,000 square feet. That was blown off, and then a number of other exterior facility issues with huge stones just being thrown out of the waterfront because we sit right on the water, as you know.
Oh, yeah.
Hit the building and came through the parking lot and all of this kind of stuff. So it looked like Armageddon when we first moved in. And we have on our website, actually, we have our security camera videos posted of, these huge mini tsunami of water coming over over our fences into our parking lot and into our facility. You can see it.
Unbelievable. When Anthony, I'm so amazed that just a couple of days after Sandy hit, I went to your company's website and I saw the picture of you standing there. And I got to tell you, your optimism and your perseverance, the spirit of we're going to prevail, we're going to be back, and you're going to be able to get your Henry rifles again soon. Here we are several weeks later, and you are well on the way to recovery, aren't you?
Yeah, it started with the morning that I pulled up. It was 6:30 in the morning, and I found 6 of my guys at the front gate chomping at the bit, saying, we got to get in there and see what we got. And that kind of spirit really lifted my spirits. And, we had no electricity. It was cold. It was dark. And even though the power in the town was out, it still was dangerous for us to, for them to go into the building and start this cleanup process. But the recovery, really, the foundation of it was, our company's great employees, I really have to say, and then a number of key vendors and specialists that flew in or drove in from different parts of the country and helped us. Who came with generators, who came with extra gasoline just to get around and get things going, and then a number of special tech companies in the machining end that really help us get our machines back in order.
I'm guessing, Anthony, unless you're there, you have absolutely no idea because, frankly, I don't think the media has done a great job of covering the aftermath of Sandy. But to hear about all of the things that you're having to do to rebuild your business while the community around you is having to in the region around you is having to rebuild as well. I mean, it's just an unbelievable story, and I'm so glad to hear that progress is being made. Are you all taking orders right now?
Well, we've been blessed that we already had plenty of orders in the pipeline. It wasn't that. It was just we started shipping again, which is great, and we're cutting metal again, which is great, and so we are 2 machines away from being fully operational. We're just waiting on a couple more parts and one of the service companies to come in to help install those parts, and then we'll be 100% operational. So we lost about 5 weeks. Of those 5 weeks, we had a little bit of productivity in some areas, but I have to look on the bright side that we could have been obliterated here. I think part of it is that we're in an old federal building that was built for the Navy way back at the turn of the century. That's the primary part that houses our CNC equipment, and that thing is built like a fortress, and it sits on the water, as you know. I mean, you could stick your foot out the window when you're dipping your toe in the Kill Van Kull here.
Right.
And so we had some heavy-duty water hitting this building and throwing itself at it. So,
well, listen, I'm so glad to hear that you guys are almost back to 100%. That you're shipping product again, and you know, just in time for the Christmas shopping season, Anthony.
Thank you. Yes, and I have to say that we have had so many nice emails and cards and letters and people doing crazy things, sending packages of food or all kinds of stuff. It really has been heartwarming. But you know, I've got to give my employees a big hug, and I have to give some of these key vendors that really went out of their way to help us a big heartfelt hug as well.
Absolutely. And again, folks want to know more about the latest, they can go to the Henry Repeating Arms website and watch that video. Anthony, thank you again, sir, for coming on the program. Best of luck to you and Henry in the future.
Thank you, Kim.
Thank you so much. Anthony Imparato, president of Henry Repeating Arms in Bayonne, New Jersey. A beautiful location, and I hope now that they're almost back up to running, that means hopefully the NRA's Friends of NRA dinner, the Rifle Works on the Bay Friends dinner, will be able to be held there in 2013.